Hello and welcome to Nursing School Chronicles, brought to you by the University of Texas Medical Branch School of Nursing. My name is Lauren Homan and I am the recruiter here at UTMB SOM, and it is my honor to be able to chat with current and prospective students. This podcast is a resource that has been created for current, prospective students and anyone interested in nursing school. Each episode will cover a different subject. Enjoy! Hello and welcome to UTMB Nursing School Chronicles. I am your host, Lauren Homan, and I am joined today by three student ambassadors from our BSN program. Can I get y'all to go ahead and introduce yourselves? Justin, let's start with you.
Yes, so my name is Justin Fuentes, and I am a fourth semester student.
Awesome. Ping.
Hi, my name is Pien Nin. I'm a third semester student.
My name's Stephanie Cameron. I'm a fourth semester student.
Yay. So today's episode is going to be very unique, and I think something that we get asked a lot, and that is going to nursing school, which is hard, and being a parent. That's not for the faint of heart. Nursing school by itself, nonetheless, doing it while trying to be a parent. So just kind of getting started on that. So Justin, you're a dad.
I am.
You have a sweet little angel.
Yes.
Yes. How old is?
9 in 2 weeks.
Aw, you're a proud dad, aren't you?
I am.
That's awesome. And Ping, how many kids do you have?
I have two.
Awesome. How old are they?
7.5, 4.5.
Oh my goodness. Precious little angels.
The age they need mama.
Yes. And Stephanie, how old are yours?
I have two. I have a daughter who's almost 4.
Wow.
And a son who's 2.
So y'all are all very busy.
Yes.
Right, yeah. So Ping, when you were thinking about going to nursing school, obviously parenting came up. You're a mom. Mm-hmm. What were the thoughts that were going through your head? Like, were you intimidated? Were you scared that you couldn't do it?
Actually, the most thing I was scared is I thought I would not have time to be with my kids.
Right.
And I will miss their growing moment.
Right. Especially yours are so young.
Yeah.
Right. So you were were you hesitant at all?
Actually, after I get in the program, I think I still join the moment.
Right.
Like, it's not as bad as what I thought.
Right. So you're still able to be a mom.
Yes.
It's totally
exactly.
doable. Yeah. Stephanie, what were your thoughts? Like, did you have any hesitation?
I don't want to say hesitation because I knew I needed to do this to have a good career, a
Yes.
career that I was proud of, that my kids could, look up to,
Yes.
helping others. I just knew that before I started nursing school, I needed to have a good routine with the kids.
Right.
Get something started before, as far as waking up, bedtime, activities to do during the day or on the weekends.
Right.
So they would be used to that busyness.
Right.
But no hesitation because I'm really happy to be here.
That's awesome. Justin, what about you?
I kind of didn't have any hesitation either.
Yeah.
Kind of like going off what Stephanie said, like I really needed to show him that you could do hard things. You could, while having a life and a family.
And commitments. Yeah.
And,
big commitments.
Big commitments.
A child is a huge commitment.
So I was honestly just ready to take it on.
Right. And just show him, like, Dad can do this.
And it was a little bit easier. I wouldn't say easier, but different than these two.
Right.
Because he had a little bit of a structure. He goes to school.
And he's a little older.
Yeah, he's
right.
older. So he was in school. So it made it a tiny bit easier, but still hard. It's nursing
And he
school.
could also kind of maybe comprehend a little bit more being older of like, hey, like, Dad's going to be a little busy.
Yeah.
But I still love you. And
Exactly.
I'm still going to support you.
Exactly.
That's awesome. So no hesitation from you.
No.
Okay. So going back to obviously nursing school is very time consuming. Very time consuming. So not only is time management important when you're just a student, time management is important when you're a parent and a student. So Stephanie, how do you kind of, again, manage your time? Like, how do you manage studying, going to class, and still being there for for your kiddos?
So unfortunately, nursing school had to come first.
Right.
Before my family, before my kids.
Right. For a short time, though.
Yes,
16
I was
months.
just going to say.
Right.
Only for a short time. I knew it was
Right.
temporary.
Yeah.
It wouldn't like damage my children.
Right.
As much as the mom guilt got me.
Right.
But for managing, like I said, made sure I had a routine and everything, and made sure that my kids were at a good daycare.
Right.
So come to school, the days that I had to be here and the days that I didn't have to be here and my kids were in daycare, I used that time extremely wisely.
Right.
Every single hour they were in daycare, I was doing something for my classes, or labs, exams, everything.
Right.
So that was extremely important because once they did get home, it was a good 3-hour window of dinner time, quality time, bath time, bed.
Momming.
Yes.
Right. Right.
That I 100% could not study.
Right. Right. Especially yours are so young.
Yes. And they can't understand hold on, I need to go to tutoring. Hold on. They're too young to understand what mom's doing.
Right.
Just
that mom's busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my daughter said to me one time, I'm tired of you studying, because now she's a little older, 16 months later. And I was like, oh, boy.
Like, mommy's tired too.
I'm almost done, I promise. But,
Right.
But they've been troopers, both of them.
That's awesome. And it's totally awesome that you're doing this for them.
Yes.
I mean, I think that is obviously the recurring theme here, is that you're doing it everyone's doing it for their kids. You want to better yourself for you and to show your kids you can do hard things.
They'll be nurses someday.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, Ping, what about you? How have you been able to do the time management thing? And
Yeah, I think time management is really important.
yeah.
So, like, for example, like when I study for next exam on a Saturday,
Yeah.
I would use the break time from the studying as my time with my family and the kids.
Right.
Usually I study like 1 hour and I break like 10 or 20 minutes and I play with my kids at that time. And my kids still feel, oh, mama still around.
Right. You're not just totally locked in a room.
Not totally
Right.
disappeared.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
I think this is a very help for me and my kids.
Yeah. Well, and it sounds like you're just being very intentional with your time. And Stephanie too, like when
Undistracted.
yes, you have undistracted time because you are bettering yourself for you and your kids.
Yeah.
But you are making sure to sit.
That's true. Like, before I go back studying, like for next 1 hour, I would tell my children, like, Mama need to go back study. I will be back soon. It's not coming, okay?
Right.
Mama, come out.
Right. I promise I'm not leaving.
Yes. They agree. They can understand that, okay, we wait you.
Right.
Yeah.
We're waiting patiently, Mom. Come back.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Justin, how do you, especially with an older kid who does maybe want more time with you?
I think him being older had its advantages just because, like I said, he already had a structure and a routine.
Yeah.
He can comprehend that I am busy.
Right.
I feel like what also helped me is that I'm used to lack of sleep.
Right.
And I am a night person, so I can't really study in the daytime.
So that's your time with him.
So that was my time with him.
Right.
And so then, when he went to bed at 8, 9 o'clock, I could stay up until 1, 2 o'clock and study.
Right.
So it balanced out really well.
Man, that's a long night, Justin.
I'm telling you, I'm used
Things
to lack
you
of
do for
sleep.
nursing school, right?
And to bounce off what Justin said, I'm the complete opposite. I do really well early in the morning.
Oh, gross.
So
I am not a morning person. I would do more night.
My kids, 7:30, 8 o'clock's bedtime. Well, my bedtime was 9 o'clock, but I was up at 4:30, 5 o'clock.
You're joking.
And I would do my studies. So, I could get a nap at 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Hey, that's true.
So,
You're efficient.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I think it's so cool. I know these are just 3 parents, but we have a lot of parents in the program, right? Like more than what you would think. Because I know some people, when they think of our BSN traditional program, they think, and don't take this the wrong way, guys, nobody is old. But, you think of people, students who are fresh out of their prereqs and who are young and don't have big commitments yet. But there's a decent amount of parents, yeah?
Yeah, I was actually surprised by that, and then also very surprised that I wasn't the oldest. I thought coming in here, I was going to be
You're going to
the
be Grandpa
oldest.
Justin.
Exactly. And so it was nice to see that there was other people around my age and then other parents as well, because they knew the struggles of nursing school and parenting and trying to balance it all. Because nursing school is hard enough.
It's a kid.
No, it is.
Nursing school's a kid.
It's number one, like Stephanie said. Unfortunately, it has to be number one because it's so time consuming and it's so much information that you have to understand and know. So you have to put it first. But it is a short time. And
you don't want to fall behind, because then that's even more time. Yes. Mm-hmm. If you just rip the Band-Aid off, pun intended, hit the grind for 16 months, just make do, and then you're done and you've bettered yourself for you and your kiddo.
And it is so worth it.
Yeah. Do y'all know any other parents that have had any, I guess, interesting stories or anyone that's had a child during the program?
So I have a friend.
No names.
She has 3 kids.
Yeah.
And so for her, what worked is her husband worked out of town, but they got a stay-in nanny. Wow. That worked for them. That's how she was able to get through this. So it's just figuring, and I know they figured that out before school. The kids met the nanny before school. Nothing was thrown on them.
Nothing was new in nursing school.
Right. So it's little by little they're introduced and prepared. And then another lady had a baby while in nursing school.
That's a strong girl. A strong woman.
I remember she had given birth, and then the next day we had presentations, and the professor required her to be there, although she was there virtually
Zoomed,
with like a
with
robot.
A robot.
Yeah, but she was there, and I'm like,
super
man.
mom. Yeah.
And it was second semester. We had 7 exams in 2 weeks.
She
killed all of them. She's with us. She's graduating. So anything, if you want it,
she deserves an extra cord for that.
An extra 3 cords.
Literally. Wow.
So anything's possible.
Right.
I talked to my cohort mom, and I kind of friends with them.
Right.
I just feel like before, like as a parent, before you come to the nurse school, you kind of have to prepare.
Right.
Like they have family to support. Like me, I have some family to support.
Yeah.
Before I come to the nurse school, I told my family I probably will not be available like for 16 months, and you guys have to help me.
Right.
And I told my mother, like if my kids have emergency, like
I'm gonna need you to step
fever,
up. Right.
Please just drive to grab her and send her to urgent care. I will thank you.
Right.
Yeah, my mother, she
that's
helped
awesome.
me. Yeah,
and do y'all have good support systems too, Justin and Stephanie, that do help pick up when you maybe are
I would say
too busy?
What Ping said, it's a lot of preparation, not just for anybody going into nursing school.
Right.
But when you have a family too, we had to up and move, 40 minutes away just to be closer to the school. And so now I'm 40 minutes away from my support system.
Right.
So luckily, my partner, he has a very flexible job, and he knew nursing school is first. I can't leave here.
Right. Just making it work.
Exactly. You have to.
Stephanie, we're going to say something?
Mm-hmm. My husband is very, very supportive.
Awesome.
He made his work aware that, look, my wife's in nursing school, so whatever needs to be done needs to be done.
Right.
And he would take days off of work for, sick days with the kids. And, daycare was a huge blessing. They were aware that I was in nursing school. Some days I got to get the kids later than usual or take them earlier.
That's awesome.
Things like that. So
just having a good support system and
staying transparent.
Right.
With your needs. Don't be scared to ask for help.
Right. Now,
that's true.
Have y'all noticed, do the parents do y'all ever consult each other? Is that a thing? If you're feeling overwhelmed, do you find another parent in your cohort and you're like, hey, I just want to talk about this?
Me, not so much.
Yeah.
I've found that I can balance it pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm okay with being in high stress situations, so it doesn't.
I like my heart racing all the time.
Yeah. And then also I knew that I had, my partner to rely on. Exactly.
Right. Stephanie, do you?
Not my really good friend who has the 3 children.
Yeah.
Definitely. I knew she was a phone call away.
Right.
But it was nicer knowing that other people in our class had kids. So it was like a separate community. Like, oh, they're doing it. I know I can.
Right.
So
what about you, Ping?
I did.
Yeah.
Like, especially the first semester, it was so tense. Like,
yeah.
because I was new. I didn't know the rules, how to study, how to do the time manager. And I talked to a girl, and she also have children, and I even cried with her.
Oh, bless your heart.
I feel so scared. Like,
what's a huge step?
Yeah, we just like comfort each other, and we became friends and study bud, and then we both go through the program very good.
Yeah, just two moms.
Yeah,
pushing through.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Now, kind of going off of, I know it's closely related, parenting and going to school, because that's a commitment. Working and going to school, because obviously parenting is working too, but like working a job while going to nursing school. Does anybody have any experiences working, even if it's on a part-time basis? Or
I didn't. I knew going into nursing school there was no way. I know that people do it, but for me it wasn't going to happen because one, I was already 40 minutes away, and two, being a parent is a job, like you said.
Literally.
So
full-time job.
So there's 2 full-time jobs right there. I can't add anything else onto my plate.
No. Ping, do you work at all?
I didn't work the first and the second semester, and actually I don't suggest anybody work the first and second semester. That would be crazy. But I find a job like this semester, and I can work a part-time job as a nurse, and
and you're able to balance that.
And I think the employer, they understand. So like especially the hospital employer, they gave us a flexible schedule, and they just require, like my hospital, they just require me to work like at least 2 days a month. So if you have extra time, you can balance your time better. You can work more. So it's very flexible.
So they're just very understanding.
Yes.
So
exactly.
So if you do have a job, they need to be understanding.
That's true.
I think
that's true.
I think if you're gonna be in nursing school, you have to have an employer that's going to be flexible.
Yeah.
I know a couple of people that had jobs coming into the program that weren't in the medical field. They were like retail. They had to quit because
it was too crazy.
The employers didn't care.
Right.
You know, in their mind, their job came first, not nursing school.
Right.
And so they didn't understand that. And what the common thing is, I think, is that if you work for a hospital or a healthcare field, they know that that's
they're more
one.
Understanding.
Exactly.
Right.
And there's a lot more flexibility. I know some people that only have to work once a month.
Wow.
So, and it's a great way to get your foot in the door too.
Right.
If you can balance it all.
Stephanie's shaking her head.
No, I did not work. But I did extracurricular things, right? Like student ambassador, like student nurse association. So there are extra things you can put on your plate. I do know some people that worked and they got jobs at a hospital, but working at a hospital as, say a patient care technician, that will help you further in nursing too. You're learning skills that you'll learn, that you'll use on the job.
So at least it's kind of benefiting you too, right?
Yes.
While also getting some money.
And another thing about UTMB is our nursing school is not outrageously expensive.
Right.
And
we haven't touched on that.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I took out loans, but I'm not even, maybe $20,000 in debt.
You're not breaking the bank. I mean, it's still a decent amount of money, but
it's not something I can't pay off in the first year or two.
Right.
If I'm diligent about it.
Right.
I would say that's also why I chose UTMB. Well, there's a few reasons. Of course, the NCLEX pass rate was probably number one. Number two was the cost of tuition. It's a shortened program.
And also scholarships.
Yes. And financial aid.
Yeah, because I know that's a huge thing for people of like, but I have to work during school. Because, I mean, I know you have life. You have other commitments. Some people have, you got to pay for rent. You got to eat. Yeah. So the whole underlying theme, I think, is just making sure it does work for you.
Yes.
But also understanding school has to come first.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It has to come first.
Especially if this is the career field that you're going into.
Right. And like Justin mentioned, 16 months. So it's
It flies by.
Yeah.
I promise. It's 16 months goes by.
That's
and
it's
not even 16 months if you add in like class time and then take away breaks. It's 14 months.
Right.
So
even more accelerated.
Exactly.
And there is time with your kids.
Right.
It's not as much as before. You can't, take them to the zoo on the weekends and all the fun things that you could do before, but there is still time with your kids.
But you can still go to dance recitals or baseball games or.
Yes.
Yeah. And one thing I want to mention is UTMB is really support the students.
Yeah.
And so if you're struggling about food in the campus, we have food pantry. It's free.
Yes, Ping, thank you for bringing that up. Yes.
It's just like I told my friends it's like a free grocery store for the students.
Yeah.
So you just can go there and grab the food. They have eggs, milk, and also they told me if you have family, you have children, you can grab for your family as well.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that.
And they're even, so I actually am a senator for Student Government Association.
Yeah.
They even allow you to fill out a form with your cultural preferences, and they'll try to get foods that...
it's funny you mentioned that. I went the other day, and they were talking about they had a huge stock of garbanzo beans because somebody had requested, which I think is so cool. So not only is it food that they're giving to our students, but they are trying to... accommodate.
Yeah,
and that's
awesome.
That is so unique. UTMB is awesome.
I can find some Asian food there.
Which I think just really does, everything just ties back to, I think, the culture that UTMB has of supporting our students and supporting our students who are parents and other people who just need a little bit of help during nursing school, who might not be able to work, but who need to eat.
I don't know anybody in this school that should be working really. Honestly, I mean, any medical field program that you go into, it's going to be intense. You're going to be taking care of somebody. Their life is in your hands. So
literally,
yeah.
Literally, yeah. So does anybody have any final thoughts on parenting or working and schooling other than it's doable?
It's doable.
It's possible, yes.
Don't let it restrict you.
Right.
It doesn't
the
matter
sky
if you're
is
20
the
or
limit.
40.
Right.
Does not matter if your kids are just born or 15
Literally
years old.
just born.
Yeah.
I have a friend and she came in this program and her kids was like 4 months old.
Yes.
So she was a new mom.
Yeah.
She balanced good.
Man, that's awesome.
It's just at the first semester, maybe you feel a little bit of tense. You feel stressed because you're new, but never give up. When you get like time flies by and you will feel, I can manage this. I'm the queen.
Right.
And bouncing off what Pink said, I think anybody coming into nursing school is like, what the heck is this? What's going on? Exactly. Questioning their life choices.
Yes. Just not give up.
Yeah. I love that. Well, guys, y'all encourage me. I just totally look up to you guys for being a parent and going to school. And it's just really is so encouraging that you're doing this to better yourselves, but you all mentioned doing it to better yourself for your child, which I think just speaks to the character of who you all are. So thank y'all for being here and being vulnerable and talking about something that is very personal. And thank you to our listeners for joining in, and we hope to have you back for one of our other episodes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Nursing School Chronicles, brought to you by the University of Texas Medical Branch School of Nursing. For more information, please reach out to the UTMB School of Nursing Admissions and Student Affairs Office. Our number is 409-772-8271, or visit us on our website at nursing.utmb.edu. All of the opinions expressed on this podcast are the opinions of those speaking and do not reflect the policies or stances of the University of Texas Medical Branch School of Nursing in Galveston.